Oh, damn it, I did it again. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. My name is Nick Larson. Today is August 16th, 2019. It's like 12:01 in the afternoon. Let's go ahead and get started. So, we are working on building a game for the JS13K games competition. We're going to have 15 total days to work on this for about 2 hours a day, so 30 total hours. We're on day 3, which is great. All right. Um, let's see. So far, what we've come up with is a bunch of units, sort of an idea of like a concept of the game. It's going to end up being like a tower defense game. We've come up with a bunch of units that you use, and then you have this brain, and the left brain and the right brain sort of determine where the units can, what sort of stuff is available. So your left brain can control 2 units. Your right brain can control 2 units. You can level up your left brain. You can level up your right brain. You have to choose one or the other to level up at any given time, and it's going to level up based on whatever. We'll figure that out. What we have done is come up with all of the units, including their classes, their specializations, and now what we need to do is actually come up with the bonuses that you actually get. So the specializations are all about offense and defense, and then the actual classes themselves will give additional bonuses, and that's sort of the plan. Then after that, we need to come up with their abilities, and that's kind of it. I mean, once we have that, then we just get to the point of implementing the game here. So let's get back to it. We have this spreadsheet, which currently has all of the names of the characters that we have chosen, how rare they are, what their specializations are, and their classes. We set it up so that some of the classes are a little bit stronger than the other ones. So, for instance, Dreams have an epic and a rare. And the concepts only have an epic, for instance. You know what? We're missing something here. There it is. All right. And then we also set it up so it's like the individual specializations, each one of them has an epic. 2 of them have 2 rares, and the rest are all commons. And so the idea here is that there is a best way to get stuff, but what we're going to do is we're going to make these lone epics a little bit stronger than the epics that can be paired with rares, and stuff like that to sort of balance things out. Right now, what we need to do is we need to determine what their basic skills are, right? So this is like your physical attack. Let's just do it like this and do it like this. No, you don't want to do that for me because that'd be way too easy. That would have been way too easy. Let's do the whole thing. How about that? Yeah, there we go. All right, so now what we have is physical attack, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, movement, speed, attack, range. And these are the things that are determined based on your class trait and your specialization. So really your class and your specialization. Although the class trait and the specialization is what I'm going after here. And then the classes themselves are going to give you bonuses if you have a pair, and the specializations will also give you a pair. So whatever your class trait is and your rarity, maybe that's what we should do. Just your class trait and your rarity sort of determine how good you are at a thing. Okay. So let's make base attack. Your base attack is going to be 1000. Your magic attack base is going to be, this is like your special attack, although it's a little bit different. All right, so you have a maybe what we do is we just come up with like basics down here at the bottom, or maybe we insert a couple of rows here. Insert, and we're like, oh goodness me, I did not want to do that. Okay, well that's actually kind of interesting. So let's just delete these, and then let's take this, and instead of it being yellow, let's make it, you know, green. Okay. Base attributes. Okay, this is going to be 1000. This is going to be, I think like right here, this is going to be like a percentage. So like maybe you know, 0.5. Hey, C# Fritz with 109 viewers. Good lord, this is crazy. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much, man. I hope you had a good stream today, and I hope you had a good trip to Seattle this week as well. Wow. All right. Well, today we're working on a gaming competition called JS13K. The point of this gaming competition is to build a game that runs in the browser, and all of your materials, your images, your sounds, your code, all of it has to be compressed into 13 kilobytes. And that 13 kilobytes is the maximum that you're allowed to use for everything. So conceptually, what we did is we came up with, the game idea. The game idea, I've been playing a lot of, what's it called? Team fight tactics lately. And so the team fight tactics is sort of like, you're a game manager. You don't actually control the individual units, and you just sort of, what's the right way to say it? You don't play them. You just sort of put them on the board, and then the game, when it starts, they just sort of play themselves, and you're the manager. Like, you decide which units to buy and stuff like that. I'm doing something like that, but I'm scaling it way, 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 way down. And there's going to be like no leveling up per se of the individual units. It's just going to be that if you get certain units, they have bonuses with each other. And 13K. To show you a little bit about this. Let's take a look at last year, just to show you the quality of things that people managed to cram into 13K. Like, this stuff is really, really unbelievable. If we go to the winners and take a look at like the first place, you can actually sit here and play the game. Oh wait, so y'all can actually hear this. Look, you see me turning around in there? This is a three-dimensional game with lighting. You even light up the walls as you move around. And then you see these little red dots. Those are things that are going to try and come and get you. So you gotta shoot those. And then the goal of this game is to come touch these servers. And once you get all 8 of them turned on, then you advance to the next level. But you gotta find them. You have no idea where they are. And all of this, every single bit of this, was done in 13 kilobytes or less. And I believe this game was actually under 10 kilobytes, which is even crazier. Here's another one. There's another one. Obviously, I have played this game quite a bit, and I am quite familiar. But this is just one of those things where it's like, this is like how crazy the games can get. So I won't sit here and do this all day because I actually want to work on my game. But yeah, this is sort of the idea about like what I want to get into. And let's go take a look real fast at the. Let's go take a look at the code for this. What's a better way to do this? Something like build. Nope. M? I can't remember. Anyway, when you go and look at it, the whole thing ends up being like 11 kilobytes. Like, it's just unbelievable. It's just insane what people are able to accomplish with this, and I want to get to that point. So the game that I have decided is this team fight tactics game. The whole idea is like, you sort of, after each round, you get to take a new unit. And, you know, these are like little minions. You can have up to 4 on the board at a time, depending on which ones you have. They get some bonuses, and then there's like different levels of them. We have 24 total units, 6 classes, and 4 specializations. So any 2 from the same class will give you a bonus, and then any 2 from the same specialization will give you a bonus. And then this is all based on my left brain, right brain thing that I got going on right here. And the idea is really just to like finish coming up with all of the like data for these units, and then we're going to build out the game. So there won't be any building out of the game today, but we're going to be at the point at the end of today where hopefully we have some values for each of the different units, as well as their names and the abilities that they'll do. Hey, all right, there we go, the brain. Sweet. Anyway, how are y'all doing? What were y'all talking about in thank you so much for that follow. What were y'all talking about in C# Fritz's chat today? Okay. I am not going to say all of the follows as they come in, but I will read them off a little bit later on. But I do appreciate all the follows. Thank you so much for it. All right. Let's take a look. Blazor, of course. That's right. Yeah, Blazor. Maybe that would be an interesting thing. Do this in Blazor. I mean, we're not going to get Blazor under 13K. Maybe that by itself would be the entire competition. And also, I'm sure they would love to have a version of Blazor that ran and that could download in 13K. That would be pretty crazy. I bet you could get a lot closer if you threw away Reflection. Anyway, back to this game. All right, so what I have done up to this point is basically come up with all the attributes, come up with the classes, come up with the specializations, the rarity for each of the units, and then a bunch of names for the units. And today what I'm doing is figuring out how to basically handle all of the attacking and determining what each of their skills are going to be. And then after this, we're going to start building out the game. When I don't know, if you follow my stream about maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, I did a practice round for this. And we made a lot of progress. We built out this grid world game that did like tons and tons of DOM manipulation. This time around, we're going to instead do some like canvas drawing and see if we can come up with, you know, something that's pretty interesting, pretty fluid, and a lot more responsive than what we did last time. Does it need to be JavaScript? Maybe WebAssembly. So yes, you can use WebAssembly. That is absolutely allowed. I'm not entirely sure if using WebAssembly would make it easier or not. Like, you don't get anything for free by using WebAssembly because there's no, like, you know, packages built into WebAssembly or anything like that you just don't have access to through normal JavaScript. And with WebAssembly, although you can, like, compress things down, I don't know. Maybe. Alright, so I'm really just making these up, like, out of nowhere. So, all right. So each of these characters is going to attack as like physical or magic for their basic attack, and then they're going to have a special skill which is like even more, right? So I guess for the most part we probably just want these things to be pretty even. Oh man, you know what? I need life and mana. Insert life and insert, you know, mana. All right, magic defense is going to be, I guess, the same, 0.5. Maybe 0.4 to start. I don't know. Let's just stick with 0.5. Movement speed, just going to be 1. I don't actually know what it means. Life is going to be like, say, 5,000. Mana is going to be like 500. Okay, attack speed. Everybody will start off with a base attack speed of 1, just like the movement speed. And then it either goes up or it goes down. Your attack range is also probably going to start out at 1. Okay. Maybe easier with native Houdini in the future. Does it need to be JavaScript? Yep. All right. Okay, so conceptually, the way that I wanted to do this was that by being a class, you get a bonus to some of these things, and by being a specialization, you get a bonus to some of these things, and by being a rarity, you get a bonus to some of these things. And that's, or really, it's maybe it's more like specialization and rarity. So we want the rarity to be something like, okay, rarity bonus. Let's go with common is going to be 1.0. And then rare is going to be 1.75. And then epic is going to be like 3.0. Right? And these are just like multipliers. So you take whatever is here and you multiply it times this amount. And that's how much of whatever you're going to have. Because there are so many fewer epics, we want them to have a substantial bonus. Because there are more rares, we want them to have less. And then because they're commons, well, it's just going to be the base. There's no reason to change them. And then let's do something like... All right, so let's see what I said. So you have your bonuses are logic, planning, and science. Those are your left brain traits, and each one of these needs to be, so the L, the planning, and the science needs to like provide different base bonuses. So all of these logics will get 1 bonus. All of these plannings will get another bonus. So let's go ahead and do these. Let's put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert above. Well, I didn't really want them to all be that color, but I'll take what I can get. Okay. Normal. I'll keep it green. Where's my borders? No border. What is going on here? Clear formatting. There we go. Sure, normal. Okay. And then let's make it that green color, which of course doesn't really show up, which is awesome. So we're just going to go like this. Okay. Class attributes. Class attributes. And then for this class, we're going to have our, logic implication, planning algorithm, math, mathematician. And then we're going to have intuition, abstraction, and then we're going to have creativity, and dream. And then we're going to have understanding and concept. Okay, these are going to be multiplier bonuses. So logic, let's see here, what did I have? These are left brain traits. Left brain traits are going to improve your logic. Which one of these are going to be like offensive, defensive, and balanced? I guess that's what I'm really sort of going for here. So offense, defense, balanced. Offense, defense, balanced. This will be offense for sure. So maybe like a 1.5. 1.0. 1.5. 1.0. Movement speed. Again, offense. Life is going to be a 0.9. You actually have less life if you're offensive. If you have mana, you're going to have more mana. 1.25. I'm just making these numbers up, by the way. I have no idea if they're balanced or anything like that. It's not really my concern. I just want to get numbers on here so that we can get to the point of, at the end of today, of like being ready to think about the actual implementation for this. Attack speed, 1.25 as well. And then attack range is really going to be a... maybe that's another thing we could do. Do like ranged. Okay, one of them is going to be offensive and ranged. Okay. One of them is going to be balanced. And one of them is going to be well, I don't know. See, I'm sort of just in the middle here. I don't really know. Okay, so I said offense, defense, balanced. Balance, defense. Okay, so this is going to be our balance. So we're going to say 1.25 physical defense. Another thing we need to look at here is, nope, this has an epic and a rare. Does it? No, intuition has 2 rares. Okay, so balanced is the 2 rares. Defense, offense. Yep, this all makes sense. Okay, so this is going to be offense. Balanced defense. This is going to be balanced offense, defense, focused. Okay. Physical defense, we're going to do like a 1.25. 1.25. Movement speed, 1.25. Life, 1.1. Mana, 1.1. Attack speed, 1.1. And attack range, 1. So this is 3. I did that wrong. All right, and then this defense is going to be 1. Physical defense is going to be 1.75. You know what we need to do? We need to make this an actual number. We're just going to make them all thousands. Okay. And then we have magic attack. In this case is also going to be 1 and 1.75. Movement speed, 1. And life is going to be like 1.5. Mana, 1.5. Hey, all right. Thank you again. And attack speed, in this case, we're just going to keep it at 1. And attack range, we're going to keep it at 1. All right, and then it's basically the same idea. We're just going to copy and paste these for the ones that are balanced, for the ones that are offense, and the ones that are defense. Right? And then, do we want to change any of these? So left brain is about logic and planning, and right brain is about creativity. I think if I were to do this, I would decrease all of the improvements for this by like just a little. Something like equals this times 0.9. And then this one equals this times 0.9. And this one equals this one times 0.9. So the concept here is that your left brain is about planning, right? And about like understanding and having all of the, just figuring things out. And then your right brain is this place where like, there's going to be some crazier stuff that happens over there. So you've got a little bit more power. You've got a little bit more power than what you have on the left side, because the left side is entirely about the left side is going to be entirely about like keeping things, staying within bounds effectively. And then there will be some special abilities on the left-hand side that like really shine through. Like the abilities will be a little bit stronger than on the right side, but you know, RNG a little higher on the right side, RNG a little lower on the left side, so to speak. That sort of a thing. All right, now what we want to do is say, now, is that actually how I want to do that? Okay, I think this is not exactly what I wanted to do. I think I wanted to do equals this minus this times 0.1. That's kind of a big drop. Let's do 0.5. Yeah, that's better. Oh wait, no. Here we go. F. Okay, so what I'm basically trying to do is say, like, it's 0.25 improvement. And I don't want the improvement to be 25%. I want it to be 5 less than 25%. 5% less than 25%. But not like 20%. I want it to be like... Why can't I figure this out? Alright. You want this minus some amount. And that amount is... Oh, it's this. Okay. This minus 1 times 0.05. There we go. All right. Same idea here, but this one goes to F6. All right, we didn't want this one to be F6. We wanted this one to be F7. There we go. We want this one to be F6 minus F6 minus 1 times 0.1.05. And this one to be F8 minus F8 minus 1 times 0.9. That was interesting. So 0. All right, yeah, so no penalty here. There we go. All right. So now they're just all different values, which is really what we're going for. Okay, that is the class attributes base. Now we also want specialization bases. So let's put in an additional 4. Insert. And we want specialization base. And then the specialization is virus, modeler, engineer, dormant. And then again, this one is, this comes from here. We have offensive melee, defensive melee, offensive magic, defensive magic. Okay? Offensive melee, defensive melee. Offense, physical, defense, physical, offense, offense, magic, defense, magic. Let's make these a different color so they're just a little bit easier to see. There we go. And all right, same concept with these. It's just a multiplier, but these ones will be a little bit easier. Maybe this attack range thing isn't really what I'm looking for. Maybe we just get rid of attack range. Yes. Okay, that was easy enough. Okay, we can add that in if we need it later. Physical attack. In this case, we want... if you're a virus, you are big on the physical attack. So, 1.3, physical defense. Let's go 0.9. On the magic attack, 0.8. On the magic defense, 0.8 also significantly down. Alright, so if you're offensive, physical, alright, movement speed, offense gets a little bonus, life, negative, mana is a bonus, no, and attack speed, definitely a bonus. Okay, if you are defensive, physical, then you have a same base. Your defense goes up. Your attack goes up. No, your magic attack stays the same. Your magic defense let's go with 0.9 here as well. Okay, your movement speed slows you down a little bit. It's your big old tank, and your life goes up like crazy. And your mana, what does your mana do? It's a great question. Probably have less of it. And your attack speed goes down as well. Okay, your physical attack. Your offensive magic. 0.8, you get a real big negative here. It's basically the opposite of this one. So 0.8, 1.3, and 0.9. No, I guess we should do like 1.1. Probably make 1.35. I don't know, I'm just trying to make them different, that's all. Movement speed stays the same. Your life goes down. Your mana goes up 1.25, and your attack speed stays the same. So you hit really hard. Let's do 1.4 even. Okay, then your specialization for defensive magic. For physical attack, I will just keep that at 1. And then, or maybe even do like a 1.1 here. And then do physical defense, 0.9. Magic attack, keep it the same. And magic defense is going to be like 1.4, 1.5. Your movement speed, again, is going to go down. Your life is also going to go up 1.35. Your mana is going to go up 1.2. And your attack speed is also going to go down. Okay, now the way that we do this is we basically take this times whatever row it is in here times whatever row it is in here, and that's what your values are going to be. So this is going to be this, and in this case we want to do dollar signs so that it doesn't actually shift. We want $F times logic times this, again $F times whatever this one is, virus times this, and one more time $F. Okay, so you have a lot of physical attack if you're a virus. We're gonna have it all populate at once and then see if it sort of makes sense or not. All right, same concept here. We want to paste, paste, paste. It didn't seem to have worked. Okay, in this case, you are logic. Why did my $F not stay? Did I do that wrong? Oh, they all moved down. Dollar signs don't work in Excel? That's weird. So if I copy this, that is weird. I was really expecting... Okay, let's just go take a look. Excel dollar sign cell name. Define okay. Did I screw this up? No. It is a dollar sign. What does the dollar sign do in a cell, in a formula? Formula. A dollar sign is used for absolute cell referencing. This tells Excel that you always want to refer to a specific cell even when your formula is copied across. A cell reference, that's really frustrating. Oh, I see. I put it on the wrong ones. Gosh. Alright. Let's try it like $, $, $. Okay. Control C. Control. Aha. Okay. Now what we want to do is basically make this 10. Oh, come on. This one 11. And this one 12. And then if we copy all of these and paste it here and here and here and here and here, then we can come up here and just change this to 4. Four. 4. And then this one to 5. 5. 5. 5. 6. 6. 6. 7. 7. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this or not. And then 8. 8. 8. 8. And then we can copy all of these and we can paste them all the way to here. Okay, and then we can do this sort of a thing, and we can change this so that they're all at basically this. Okay, I'm going to say all of these and all of this are actually just going to be integers. There we go. And all of these are going to be what we expected them to be. Okay, let's take a look at these and see if they're fun or not. All right, we have logic. You are a logic virus. You are offense leaning, offense physical. That gives you the highest attack. No, the second highest attack. You are offense creativity is offense. Yeah, okay. All right, so the right brain is a little bit stronger than the left brain overall in terms of maximum, but I think like the difference is that when we roll, the roll modifier for these will be a much tighter band, and this one will be much wider, meaning that even though, you know, the attack here is 1950, the range of attack is going to be much wider. It might be like 1950 to 1500, whereas the range of attack for this 1918 might be like 1918 to 1600. So that even though the maximum attack is lower, the average attack should be about the same. So this one has a chance to kill faster or kill significantly slower depending on your RNG. Okay. Now we need these modifiers. which are rare, common, and epic. Okay, I didn't even account for that in all of this. So this is going to be 1.2 and 1.45. Okay. So if you're common, let's see here. How can I do like a lookup? Isn't there like a lookup? I'm sure there is. Okay. Excel H lookup. How to use the H lookup function. H lookup is an Excel function to retrieve data from a specific row in a table. The H in HLOOKUP stands for horizontal, where lookup values appear in the first row of a table, moving horizontally to the right. So we want VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP Excel. Lookup column. Lookup result. Okay. And we want this one to be epic. So we have times V lookup. The lookup value is going to be these. I don't understand how to use this. Not from that description. Return value. All right. V lookup H3 H3 2, 3, 4. We're just going to plug away with it and see if we can figure it out. Okay, equals VLOOKUP. And I think what we want is this of this and 2. That didn't work. Maybe we want 3? Nope. D15 is epic. We're looking it up in this range. Does anybody have any idea how to do a VLOOKUP? I'm sure it can be used here. VLOOKUP has 2 matching modes, exact and approximate. Exact is true. I definitely want true. Okay. Table, value, table, column, true. VLOOKUP of H4, Toy Story, in B5 to E9, B5 to E9, Toy Story, year 1995. True? No, false. Oh, okay, we found Epic. Hey, all right. Okay, okay, here we go. Here we go. So now what we want to do is copy this, delete that, and we want to come here and we want to say times VLOOKUP, not of D15, but of D13. And we want this to stay on D. And then we want this D38 to E40 to stay the same. And we want to copy this. Okay. Shouldn't change. Now this one should go up. Didn't go up. Oh, I see. 15. There we go. 12. Oh no. No, D14. $16. Okay. $17. 18. 19. 20. Probably want to copy that again. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. This is not fast at all. 32. I have to look this up and go through this every time. I hate the syntax. Yeah, I feel the same way. I also wish there was a way to like copy and paste partial formulas. Although like all the features I want are the things that cause me problems like very, very rarely. So I understand why there's nothing. Alright, and 36. Now we want to take all of these one more time. copy them over. Then we want to take all of this and this, and we want to increase. There we go. All right, so the attack speed on some of these is like, is that attack speed? No, that's movement speed and attack speed. So maybe we want to not have movement speed be such a huge bump. Like movement speed and attack speed being ridiculously fast sounds like a mistake. Movement speed or attack speed, you kind of get one or the other. That's what I want to say. Well, I think I did that, and it just so happens that there's a couple that like move, attack, and hit hard. No, that's probably too much. Like this one is clearly better than the rest by a large margin. Let's take a look at the other epics. Oh, this one has tons of defense compared to everything else. I mean, the epics should have something that stands out about them. Right, like getting an epic should be like, yay, that's amazing. Look at how much life this thing has also. Like just tons of life. But on the other side, there's only one that breaks 10,000. I don't know, this is too high for me. We should do a high and a low. We should probably do a high and a low. Yeah. That way you can see the range. And then we just do like a normal distribution about that range. Sure. I don't know, what are these other things? Mana. So this one has tons of mana. And it attack. Oh, I see. So there are two attacks. I gotta pay attention to both. This one attacks like crazy. I guess the other thing is like we could really decimate for these epics. We could just really, really decimate. So that's an engineer. That's a virus. All right, let's do that for an engineer and a virus. Let's pop you down. Let's pop you down. Let's do like let's do like 1.4. Okay, this seems more in range now. Also, that's physical attack. Is there a physical defense? Yeah, that is much higher. You know, maybe that's it then, right? So that one had a high, this one has... Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's I guess let's put that back. Maybe 1.45. Right. Okay, so you have a really hard attack. Oh, there's a big number. This rare one hits pretty hard. That's actually really good, right? Rare hits almost as hard as an epic. Okay. I think, like, for the most part, we're just gonna leave it. It just, like, it's okay that one of these numbers ended up really big. There's a defense to downplay it for the magic attack that ended up really high. Here's a 29. There is also... There is no magic defense. That ended up nearly as high. There's a pretty high one. I guess let's do dormant. Wow, 1.75. That's really high. Defense and dormant. That's the highest we get? Oh, it's a common with a huge defense. With a huge magical defense. Interesting. Alright, these attack speeds and movement speeds I think are a little insane. Let's go with 1.3. Alright, that and that are insane. I'm okay with like a 1.9. Let's go 1.2. It's the only one that comes anywhere close to that high, and it also has the highest attack. This life one has a ton of has a ton of life. We need some life on that side. I need more life over here, just in general. So we're just gonna bump these up. This is gonna be a plus. There we go. here's why. I screwed this up. There we go. Okay, so there's a couple. Here's a common that doesn't hit hard over here. It doesn't really hit hard. What does this one do? Okay. I guess more or less this is okay. These ones that don't hit hard have a bigger okay. All right, let's come up with abilities. So we need a basic skill and whatever else happens after that. Okay. All right. For logic, logic is left brain. We need a basic skill. These are all going to be like attacks. Virus is an offensive physical. So basic attack is just going to be you know, punch. Physical roll. And then the special skill is going to be that one hits pretty hard. 1900 for a common. Oops. 1900 for a common. It has very little. It has very little life. Not the least amount. Oh, but this other common hits even harder for magic. It does have a very high attack speed. So this is like a really good one to get on the first round. You know what? We're just not even going to worry about balance for now. You just have to play this game multiple times until you figure out what the good ones are, and then we can, you know, whatever. At any point, these values can be changed, like manually, so we can like balance it out that way if we want to. But for now, I'm more interested in just getting to the point where we can start making the actual gameplay. Okay, so punch, which is you just hit with physical, and your special is going to be something like infection. Which is going to be damage over time magic. Right? So hits really hard, but the special isn't really that special. It's going to apply whatever your magic damage is, you know, over, say, 10 seconds or something like that. Okay. Your logic for your modeler is defensive physical. So this is also going to be punch. And defensive physical is going to be something like I don't know. It's common, so it should be really simple. Right? This is bool. This is going to be swap. Or negate. And this swaps targets. Swaps the target's attack and defense. Okay. This one is going to be epic, so this one's allowed to be crazy. Engineer is offensive magic. So this is going to be punch and cast. Magic roll. I think we can basically say, like, these are going to be the same throughout. So I'm okay with that. So this is going to be like this. Okay. So you have a proof, and this is an epic ability. What sort of epic ability would be related to a proof? Discredit. Or I'm thinking of something. This is supposed to be an offensive magic spell, so offensive should be some sort of attack. Which would be something like combine physical and alright, attack with both physical and magic. That would be a pretty hard hit. Okay. Proof. Okay, we'll come back. Truth. truth. Okay, so the concept here is that you have truth and you want to do something. This one can't be crazy. And it's defensive magic. So this would be like all right. Shield. All right, the idea here is you get a shield for the amount of life you have remaining. Bubble. Spend all mana. Okay. 3x mana shield. No. Shield for amount of remaining life. Okay. So basically if you have like 1,000 life left, then you get a shield for 1,000. If you have 5,000 life left, then you get a shield for 5,000. But since you barely attack... Well, no, those are pretty solid attacks. Maybe that's a really big one. Okay, so let's do shield for the amount for 2x mana. Shield for 2x mana. Alright, the idea being that, you know, you can shield here for like around 1,500. Okay. Regression. An algorithm is balanced. Okay, so this needs to be balanced. And regression. And this is offensive. We're going to say predict. Weakness. And this what is this one? Attack and defense. Alright, predict weakness. Predict weakness, or just predict. or evaluate. Predict. And this has to be balanced. Next attack uses both mana and physical. Alright, that's balanced. Divide and conquer. And this has to be balanced. So we want some defense. Partition. This is rare. Okay. What can we do for this one? It's balanced and defensive physical. I think for this one what we want to do is say reduce all of, okay. And this one is rare, so it can be crazy. Reduce all opponent stats by 10%. Yep. Okay. Do I even care about movement speed as like a thing? Not really. I think everything's just going to move at speed 1. So I'm going to remove this one too. No, give me the whole row. Delete that shit. Yep, there we go. Okay. Greedy. Best next. This is offensive magic. Attacks lowest health. Attacks. Alright, next attack hits lowest health player, opponent anywhere on the board. So the idea here is that no matter where it is, if there's like, you know, one that's really getting low, it will always attack that one before it goes back to whichever one it was currently on. Okay. Brute force. How would you brute force? This is going to be balanced And this is common. Increase all own stats by 5%. Yeah. Sure. Attack speed 0.99. Okay, this is going to be something like what do you do by brute force? I have to come back to it. All right, data is offensive defense. So this is going to be garbage. Offensive defense. Offensive. Oh, wait. No. Offensive. No. Defensive. Offense physical. Okay. So you are a. You are a virus. Maybe not infection. Oh, well, yeah, we could do that. I kind of like relating the names back to the name of the person, though, as opposed to, like, what they are. So we're going to say that this is we're going to say that this is. I really shouldn't even be worrying about this. Okay, data. Anonymize. Data needs to do something like label. Make this minion the target for the whole team. Okay. An equation. Solve. This is defensive. Okay. Block the next attack. Is block right? Oh. How about next attack hits for max? Nope. Don't want to do that. Next attack. Max amount. I am going to do that thing where I put in a lower end. Okay. Solve. This one is going to be something like reduce next damage taken to 0. All right, theory. Okay, this one can be more interesting. Theory. Triple theory. Theory is offensive. Okay. Theory is defensive, offensive magic. Physical damage taken to 0. Reduce. Okay. Theory is defensive, offensive magic. That's really crappy. Defensive, offensive magic. You are defensive melee. No, you're just defensive in general. And then your offensive magic. Shield yourself. Okay. Shield self for amount of next hit. Okay. Attack magic and shield self for amount of hit. Alright, that's rare. You hit and defend at the same time. And then defensive magic epic. Burn. Conservation. Okay. Immediately refill all teammates special. Reduce special cooldown of all teammates to 0. So your special is that everyone else gets to use their special. Okay. Hey, thank you. Okay, next one is a drug. And this is an abstraction, which is balanced offensive physical. Balanced offensive physical. Balanced offensive physical. Bender. Slow opponent attack speed. By 10%. Okay. Rare. Lambda is intuition. Okay, balanced, defensive, physical. No, I'm not here. Balanced, defensive, physical. And this is rare. Lambda. All right. Lambda. Represent. And this is going to be represent. Is going to be heal for, this is rare, heal for 1/3 of missing life. So if you're down to half, you'll gain, if you're down to, if you have 9,000 and you drop down to 4,500, you'll gain 1,500 back. But you get to do this pretty often. Okay. Heal for 1/3 to 2/3 of missing life. Okay. Then we have language, which is a balanced offensive magic. Balanced offensive magic. Well, it's definitely offensive magic, but the balanced part of it should be a little higher. Balanced, well, it is supposed to be low. Okay, balanced offensive magic. I feel like this one, that's like the lowest amount of life of any of them. This is language. Captivate. And this is going to be reduce opponent's magic defense by 15%. Okay. Then we're going to have This is rare. Balanced defensive magic. Transfer. Explain. Defensive magic. Okay. Give a teammate pick a random teammate, both this is defensive magic, both get highest magic defense or pick a random teammate, random magic or physical. Both match higher of the two. Okay, I kind of like that. So basically, you make your opponents more defensive, or yourself more defensive. So for instance, if on your team you also had, this one, and it just so happened to choose that opponent or that teammate and that defense, this one would also get to this one. Same thing for here. In this case, this one's a little bit higher, so they would both get a little bit higher. But if this one and this one matched up, then this 2250 would go to here. Kind of like that. Okay. Creativity. Profit. Alright, this one is the highest magic attack by a large amount. And it has a decent health as well. Compared to commons, but I guess not compared to, like, these. Okay, so this is offensive. Let's see. So, offensive. No. Creativity. Yeah, offensive magic. Alright, the spell here needs to be something like walk the earth. Does some sort of AoE. Lights fires around the place. Encases self in fire. Damaging self. Encases self in fire. Burning self and opponents. And I feel like this one's a little crazy. It's hard to hurt yourself when you only have 5,800 compared to these others. So it has to do like insane damage. I'm not going to say burning self. I'm just going to say burning nearby. Okay. Then we have an idea. Then we have an idea, which is a dream. Offense, defense, physical. Offense, defense, physical. Okay. An idea. Offense, defense, physical. Offense, defense, physical. Creativity, dream. Modeler, creativity. Common? Alright, it's common. You know, we're just skip this one. This is going to be offense, offense magic. And this is rare. La La Land. All right, this is offense magic. Oh man, this one has the least amount of life. Steals nearest opponent's mana and resets their special chart timer. Okay. Although I feel like stealing the mana is probably good enough. A nightmare, which is a offense defensive magic. Offense defensive magic. No, this one's not really that good. This is a crap one. Offense defensive magic. Frighten. Attacks are 50. What is this one going to be? Frighten. Fear. Frighten. Nearby opponents attack another minion, another teammate. Alright, that's cool. So you could get like a tank. Let's look at a common tank. Right, this one is not a tank. Has very low physical. And you could pop it off on something like this. Another common which has lots and lots of defense. That's how you would use that, okay? Kind of like that. Alright, power is defense, offensive, physical. Flex. Increase. Increase stats for a short time. Okay. Philosophy is a defense physical. Yep. Okay. Philosophy. Defense physical. He's already the most defensive, like, can block an enormous amount. Has a ton of life. So this one's definitely going to be Preach, which is defense magic. Preach. Tithe. Nearest opponent by 10% of max life. How much is a tithe? Is it 10% or 15%? Ten percent. Okay. Stats. 10% until next hit. Additional damage. Alright, I feel like these epics should be like AoEs. Alright, so we have an epic here. Yeah, this one is an AoE. This one is sort of an AoE. This one we haven't done. And this one we haven't done. Okay, these should be AoEs. That's for sure. And they should be the only ones that have area effect, for the most part. Okay, knowledge. is in defense, offensive magic. Knowledge. Sleep. Knowledge. What do you do with knowledge? That is defensive, offensive magic. Knowledge. Remember. And this is going to be defensive, offensive magic. Remember. No. Knowledge. Recall. This is going to be something like offensive magic. All right. Repeat your best basic hit. Okay. Philosophy. This is defensive, defense physical. Okay. Draw people to your philosophy. What is it when you start to gain followers? Influence. Force all opponents to attack self. Okay, I like that as an AoE. Okay. What sort of AoE would you have for this one? So this one is make everyone else faster on your team. This one is encase self doing damage to all nearbys. This one is profit. And fire, everyone follows you. Okay, this one is other team attack self other stuff. So self team. Self team. What would these be? This is offense, offensive magic. Goodness me. What is this one? I feel like this is the one that we should do here. Because, yeah, okay, this is it. All right. So, proof. Proof can be like alcohol proof, which is burn, which is ignite. All right, so that's offensive. And this one is defensive. And this one is defensive. This one needs to be offensive, physical. Sermon. Before I get myself in trouble, let's just define that. Define sermon. A long or tedious piece. Sermon. Okay, sure, whatever, sermon. This is going to be offensive. Drink. Poisons all opponents. Magic. No, that would be magic. I needed some sort of physical. Poisons. Creativity. Poisons all opponents. Magic damage over time. Yeah. Like, you're doing it to as many as 4, and you're doing 1,700 to 4 different ones. Like, that's pretty crazy. Okay. So brute force is balanced defensive physical. It appears to be balanced defensive magic. Oh, it is defensive magic. Balanced defensive magic. Absorb. Reflect. Next magic damage is reflected to caster. Okay. Idea. Bounce. An idea is offensive, defensive, physical. Bounce. Reflects next physical attack to attacker. Okay. All right. Now we have abilities. Now we have numbers. Now we need a game. And that's it. So that's what we're going to do starting next week. We're going to start actually implementing this as a game. Oh, and y'all couldn't even see that. Oops. It's like, occasionally I need to look over there so y'all can actually see what I'm trying to do. There we go, because I was typing down on the bottom here. All right, so now what we have are abilities that we need to implement, the skills, and the little show it to everybody. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to wrap up for the day because it's Friday and I need to get a little bit more work done before I get off of work. And then we're going to come back on Wednesday at noon, on Thursday at noon, and on Friday at noon of next week. Next week, I think the goal is going to be to get this information into JavaScript and then start drawing something on the screen on a canvas. Like, that's it. I don't exactly expect to have the whole thing figured out, but overall I feel like it should you know, there should be something that shows up. There should be like an animation loop, that sort of a thing. That's what we're going to focus on next time. All right, I'd like to thank everybody for joining. I'd especially like to thank all of the people who followed me today. That is Kieran TLC, Nunya Business, JD Hirsch, Muchalitial Maz, Space Whoopie, Kinkai, Scott Ost, Just Eco, Clentron. Thank you so much for the follows. I'd also like to give a big shout out to C Sharp Fritz. Thank you so much for rating me today. That was awesome. I had a great time. And yeah, I mean, we'll see everybody next week. This has been a really good one. And that's it. Let's find somebody to raid real fast. Do 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 do. Let's find someone to raid. Let's go with Raimu. Sweet. There we go. All right, and we're getting ready to head over there. It looks like they are working on two-factor authentication for a game, which is pretty cool. All right, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.